welcome to my channel, Stitching in La La Land. My name is Lauren, and here we talk mostly about cross stitch. Sometimes I throw in some crochet or knitting items as well, or diamond painting, but today all about cross stitch. It's been a little while since we've seen each other. If you followed me on Instagram, I have been posting over there, especially with March Madness, which is something I'm doing with the Disney fandom group that I'm in on Facebook, where you not anything to do with basketball or anything. You just have 16 whips that are competing against each other in a tournament style, which has been so much fun. So if you want to check out that, it's Stitching in La La Land on Instagram as well. So that I am keeping up with so far, so good. But today we're gonna show you the whips that I've had since my last video. I'm sorry I don't have the pictures of where I was last time. I don't know what happened to them all. So we're just gonna start from here and go, right? I also have some haul to show you at the end. Some gorgeous haul. But here we have our first whip, and it is Lorna Lane's Haunted House. And it was a Gecko Rouge Gold member exclusive. So this is what it will look like. And here we are now. So since you last saw it, I've done about 1,400 stitches. I finished up this page, and we're starting down here on this page. This is 28 count, 2/110 stitch. I'll get a little bit closer so you really can't tell that it's 10 stitch. It's tiny, but you can't tell. I love it. Okay, so with the Disney fandom, I've been participating in the weekly and monthly challenges mainly, and yearly. Yes, all three of those get counted with stitching, which there's movie challenges too, but that's just show a picture of your stitching. You're not really counting that one, like counting the stitches. So this one had quite a few prompts. Let me just give you examples of what I mean by those weekly, monthly type prompts. So recently I just did this one with the prompt. Come on now. Sorry, I've got my tablet in front of me. And of course it would be hiding. I guess I just used Disney Plus on this one. So if an item or whip has like Disney on it, or if it's over a certain amount full coverage, you can count it for Disney Plus, which is kind of like if it doesn't fall into a prompt, you can still use it for that prompt and just use it as Disney Plus. So there's a few whips that I have that won't work for Disney Plus. This is not one of them. So this one I probably have used for Disney Plus quite a lot, because I'm not seeing in the last month or so that I've used this one for Disney Plus for a particular prompt. So I'll tell you about those when I come to one that I've used it with, but this one has been Disney Plus. So we'll move on to our next one. Okay, I promise this is gonna get smoother. I'm just kind of feeling like I'm getting back into the groove of things. So this one is Gamer Nouveau by Medusa Dollmaker. This one is kitted by Gecko Rouge, but you can no longer get it through Gecko Rouge. You can still buy the pattern on Medusa Dollmaker's Etsy though. So this is what it will look like. And here we are now. Let me pull that up. Okay, so this is 18 count, 2/1 full cross, and I just gridded it with a friction pin, which I don't recommend to do any longer. Apparently it's really not meant for that, and I won't use it again, most likely. I have done about maybe 1,000 on it since you've seen it last. We are working over here into this little area to finish this page, and this one has been used for prompts like, let's see, come here, has flowers, for stitch on something with flowers. it will have like the little piranha plants and flowers down at the bottom. And then I've used it for, of course, the Disney Plus option. Yeah. And I think I used it, oh, because it has mushrooms on it. Just on something with mushrooms. Stitch on a project that reminds you of your hero. And this I'm doing for Brandon. So my husband Brandon is my hero. Doing it for him, so I used it for that. And stitch on a project that you're making for someone else, so it also falls into that category. So you can use it for multiple different prompts. Normally you can't like use it for weekly and monthly. It has to be one or the other, but this month you can, which is great. So I can use it for weekly, monthly, and yearly. Yearly you can use for just about anything, but you can't use it normally for weekly. So I know that gets a little confusing. Hopefully I'll be able to explain that, or if you're wanting to know about that more, ask me and I will try to make that clearer if possible. It took me a little bit to get it, and now I think I got it. So next we have a new one. So I think I maybe just started this last time I spoke with you guys. It is officially started. This is the Mummy. I got it from Thread Geeks. That's what it would look like. And here's my brand new start. This is also on 28 count 2/110 stitch, which is my new preferred method for full coverage. So just the little corner here. I'm loving it though, with like the pops of blue. Mainly it's browns and tans through most of it, with little pops of blue. And there's the scarab beetle is this pop of blue. I'm really liking it so far. And I have used it for things like stitch on something boring in solidarity with Mowgli's boredom with village life and explain. So I used that for this one because I was mainly in this top white corner here. We all know stitching white on white for a while is a little boring, but that's the only thing I could come up with what was boring, because if it's boring, I'm not stitching it, you know? I have lots of different projects, but I love each and every one of them. So if it's boring, why would it be one of my stitches, one of my products? So yeah, and that is, how many stitches is that? Here. That is about 1,600 stitches so far. There we go. Next we have Aurora. And I got this one from makeitpink.net. It is designed by Hannah Alexander and charted and kitted by Pinky the Pink, Ashley May. Or not kitted. It is not kitted. It is just charted. I kitted this. So here's what it will look like. I swear one day I will get this down one day. One day. So this is what we have so far. I was getting a little worried about the orange tones in this one, but from afar, it is working. The orange is working. So hopefully it will, I'm just going to trust the process and keep doing it exactly the way that it's supposed to be. And hopefully she'll be more blonde, not orange blonde. So yeah, she's my favorite princess. Has been since I was little. When my mom would do my hair, she would have to tell me stories, and most of the time we went to her Sleeping Beauty. Give me a toy and tell me a story while she did my hair. So we have that one, and it is on 32 count Magic Guide, and it is 2/2, so it evens out to like 16 count. And I learned that you don't want to do the metallics before you've done all the stuff around the metallics, because it started to kind of rip into it every time I had to do a stitch near it. So these stitches right here around this crown are a little bit fluffier than they should be. So in the future, we won't do that, but it's going good so far. I'm really liking this one. After I finish this one, I'll then do Zelda, which is the same designer, same person that charted it as well, and it's going to replace it once I get done, but I just want to get this one done before I start Zelda. But I did get the fabric for Zelda already, because I picked out what I wanted, and it's not always in stock on 1-2-3 Stitch, so they sent me a notice that it was here, so I had to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this part. It's part of my haul. This will be the fabric that I do Zelda on. It is gorgeous. And I'm doing the blue version of Zelda since I'm doing so much pink on my Aurora. There's a few different versions you can do with Zelda. You can do pink, you can do blue, and then you can also do the darker ones that makes it a different princess. It's not actually Zelda, it's Hilda from Low Rule. So that is awesome, but I'm planning on doing the blue one first because it just looks, it's going to be great on that fabric. Okay, so let's get back to the whips. I swear I'm all over it in this video, but thank you for sticking with me if you are. One day I will get better at this. I will. Okay, so next we have Mortia. This is also by Medusa Doll Maker, and I don't think I saw last time that she had this one on her Etsy, but it's been a while since I've looked because I'm trying to be good and not look so much. So this one was originally from Gecko Rouge, and that is where I got it kitted from. And threads popped out. Okay, here we go. So this is what it would look like. And here we have now what I've got going. I feel like we're getting there. So this page is like halfway through. Been working really hard on this one. This is 28 count 2/1 10 stitch. And let's see how many I've done since we last spoke. I've done 11, about 1,300 since we last spoke. So it would just been pretty much this part of the page. And we're getting into more of the flattened off part here. I can't wait to get into her face. That's going to be so much fun. But I'm doing this Royal Rose method by page like I've been doing most of my other full coverages, which I love being able to do different methods for different projects. Like Royal Rose by page is my new favorite for full coverage. So I'm doing all that on all of my full coverages. But the things like Sal's, like stitch alongs, sorry, if you don't know what that means, it's stitch along, like Castle Homecoming and Universal Monsters. I don't necessarily love doing the Royal Rose method for that, so I just kind of pretty much do what I want on those, or pretty much color by color maybe, but not really cross country. I don't know, it's kind of a blurring of methods, kind of mixture of my own design, which I love because there's no cross stitch place. You can do what you want, however you want, whenever you want. In fact, you can change the way you want to work on a project mid-project. Heck, midday, half the day do it one way and half the day do it another. I love it. Do what you want. Okay, so this one is Purity by Joan Marie and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is my very first paid. So here's what it will look like. And here we are now. This is my largest piece. So been working in this area here. This is 18 count Magic Guide, and it is 2/1 full cross. And I've done about, I haven't really done that much on this one. Let's see, about 600 since you last saw it. So I've got a lot going on, so this one didn't get touched much, but it is getting touched. My method of how things get worked on, which I'll talk a little bit more kind of towards the end for plans, is working. Everybody's getting a little love, which is how I want to do it. So I'm up to like 13 whips that I have out and planned. I don't count Zelda in that because I only have her fabric. So she doesn't count in that count. But the last 3 of them that I have in my WIPs, I am counting. But I haven't started them yet, but we'll get to those. Okay, next we have Universal Monsters Stitch Along. It's no longer an active Stitch Along. It's one of the Witchy Stitcher's older ones. Let's see. And here's what it will look like. Well, kind of what it will look like. I have adjusted. So here we are now on mine. I've almost got this top part. This last row will be the last part of the house area, and then I'll start on the rooms. Now this originally had 9 rooms, and it had a few different choices that you could make for a few rooms. But on her Facebook group, if you have bought this owl, you have access to the Facebook group where some people have added a few more rooms. So I couldn't pick and choose just 9. So I think I've decided to add one more row, like one more level to the house. So it's 3 more rooms I get to add, because when I was at my last group meeting, we pulled this one out and measured around, and we do have enough for one more row, like, you know, a story in the house. Yes, one more story, but I didn't have enough to put on the sides. So, but we got 3 more coming. So in addition to the regular ones that it came with, I'm adding Morticia and Gomez, and then in one room, and then in another room it has Wednesday and Cousin It, and then in another room of Beetlejuice and good Lord, just blanked. It's a Beetlejuice room. It's gonna be wonderful. So I don't have pictures of that, but soon we'll get to it. I'm really liking this one right now, though. It's flying by. I guess after I've done so much confetti on the others, like, it's, you know, it's slow going with confetti no matter what method you use. This one has got a few color changes, but it's like chunks. Now you can just like, get going, and it's wonderful. So, I mean, I popped 300 into that one last night like that. So this one has, let's see, for right now, I do have this one in Pattern Keeper for the outside. So I have a pretty accurate count on this one. I did quite a few on this one last time because it was a WIP Go call. So we have 3, 6, 9. This is about 1,500 since the last time you saw it. It's a pretty good chunk. I'm happy with it. So next, oh, that is one of the ones though with the fandom that I have to figure out a prompt for it to count. So I can't use it as the Disney Plus option because it's not completely full coverage. In the rooms, they're not, every space is not stitched, so it's got blank spaces, so you can't count it. So I have to pick prompts for it. Let's see. I definitely have picked prompts for this one. So let's see. I've used it for this week was Stitch on a project that is for the history books. Explain why. So I used it because it's showing the film history of Universal Monsters in cinema. You know, that works. And then I also used it last week. So Stitch on something with cats, and there's a cat in the mummy room. So I used it for that. I love that there's all these kinds of different interpretations though you can use for these. It's just fun. And it just makes you pick up one and think about what you're going to be doing. So it's kind of like it's telling you what to do, but you're still telling yourself what to do. If that makes any sense. I know it probably doesn't. I know full well that I am not a normal person. I don't claim to be. I don't really ever want to be. Okay, so this one is Welcome to Diagon Alley, Magic Country Stitches, and it's part of the Travel Poster series. So there's 4 in this series, so I'm only doing 1 right now, and of course I'm doing a phone call. Give me just a second. Alright, sorry about that. Phone call right in the middle. Brendan needs me to bring stuff to him to work, so I can do that. Okay, so let's recenter. Let's get going again. Alright, so this one is Welcome to Diagon Alley. And here we are now. This is the very bottom. There's only, let's see, 1 row, 2 rows left. I'm almost done with this row over here. I can't wait to be done with one. Be able to think I will put this one in a, not like a hanging thing. I'm probably going to frame it. I'm going to do it myself though. It's not big enough and frankly special enough to go pay somebody to do that. So I'm probably learning how to do that on this one all by myself. This is a WIP go call for the month. So I am getting lots done on it. Let's see how much I've done so far. Okay. Oh, gonna have a lot more than this. But the last time you, this is about only about 800 more since the last time you saw it. So just over here probably, because that's how I'm working it, row rows. This one's not by page though, because it's only 4 pages. It's like cut into the quadrants. So I'm doing actual rows of row rows on this one. So just another showing. You can do anything you want to do on any project. Love it. Okay, next we have Castle Homecoming Sal. Alrighty, so this is what it will look like. It is now a completed Sal. So all the pieces are out, all the clues are out now. And here we have what I've got going. I just finished this clue. I'm not really doing the clues in order, but I'm trying to do them as clue sets because I do get to count these as finishes on the Disney fandom group. So I just got 50 points for getting this clue finished, the castle and the willow tree. And so I've done, this is one of the ones I don't have on Pattern Keeper. I'm actually have my paper pattern out using my little highlighter and making tally marks of every 10 that I do so that I can count how many I'm getting points for. So this one I did about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 2,400 since the last time you saw it. This was a kind of a focus. It wasn't really one of the WIP go calls, but it's always one of my focuses because I feel like I'm really, this is like the closest stitch along that I've got that I've really gotten a lot work on. So I just kind of want to get it finished. It's fun to work on. It's one that calls to me a lot. So that is what we're doing with that. So I get my 2 WIP goes in and then I kind of gravitate towards it after I got my WIP go calls going. So let's see. This is also one that I have to use, like have to really make a prompt fit for it. So stitch on a project that you cannot stay away from. Like I was just saying, it's one of those I gravitate towards it, like whether it's its return really or not. Stitch on a project with an animal, like a wolf, panther, tiger, bear, elephant, something you find in the jungle. Well, I kind of stretched it for this one. I said it has a frog. There's definitely frogs in the jungle. So it wasn't necessarily listed in the actual animals listed there, but it's an animal in the jungle, so that works. Then we have, let's see what else did I do with it. Oh, stitch on a project with food. There's marshmallows in this one, so I got to use it for that. It's just fun little things like that. I'm having a lot of fun with the Disney fandom group. Let's see, this is the last one that I have work on. This is one that I'm closest to being finished as well. It is the stained glass window of Princess Peach. This is what it would look like. And it is by Ashley May, Pinky the Pink. You can get it off makeitpink.net. It was one of the freebies, that's just like a penny. So I added it on when I bought one of my patterns. This is where I'm at now. I've just got the very littlest bit to do down here and then the back stitching and it'll be done. I've got all the metallics done already. I did it last time. So much fun. Well, okay, it's fun. I like it. But I do not recommend stitching this on 18 count Aida because there's a lot of fractional stitches. It's just the way she charts stuff. It's beautiful and it works really well. But fractional stitches on Aida, it's not fun. It's not fun. In the future, I will only work on like 32 count for that. 32 count, maybe 36, probably not 36. I like 32 count a lot for that. That's what I will do from now on. This one, it came pre-gridded, but I just wrote some numbers to keep track of everything with a water-soluble pen, which I do recommend. They are nice. So when I'm done with this, the whole thing will go sit in water for a little bit and it'll all come out. It'll be wonderful. That'll be probably my very next real finish coming up. I don't know how I'm going to finish it yet though. I saw recently on Instagram, I think, somebody finishing probably a bookmarker with little tiny crochet hook. And like you just go around and do a single crochet line around the edges, which I guess you could probably use it to help your stuff from fraying as well while you're working on it, but I just use the zigzag stitch on my sewing machine when I have something that needs the edges done, like if they didn't come pre-serged. So it would be cool to do that, but I don't know. I think a tiny frame would be cool with that one as well. I'm not sure yet, but that's gonna be the next thing to think about. So now we're done with the whips that I've worked on. Now, I have a few that I bought. This one is Dark Queen of the Seas. It was a stitch along by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And they still have, you can still purchase the halfway kits, like you threw under the sea fabrics. So I got the fabric and I got the specialty threads and the beads for all together in one order there. So I'm waiting on the regular floss for this one, but you guys, look at this fabric. It is beautiful, like gorgeous. And she has purple hair and it's gonna look wonderful. All the colors are gonna just, I cannot wait to start on this one. So, I mean, every way I turn the fabric, it looks amazing. Amazing. I can't wait to get started on it for real. I've got everything printed out. It's got a lot of back stitching and beads, so it's not gonna work for Pattern Keeper. So I've got the pattern printed out and ready to go, and I got all new highlighters, and I feel like a kid about to start school, you know, when you go buy more school supplies and stuff. I know, I'm crazy, I know, but it's fun, right? So since I bought some more stuff that has paper patterns, stuff that I can't really put into Pattern Keeper, I went and got this from Amazon. So it has a little clip on the front to put my pattern in. It has a little thingy to make sure everything stays together. But instead of just paper, it has little thingies to hold paper. So each project, I'm gonna have a different, so all my paper projects have their own little folder. I'm loving it. There's my Dark Queen of the Seas. She's so pretty. Can't wait. I love it. It does have a notepad in the back, which I haven't started using it, but got all that. Oh, I can show you my WIP Go boards coming along. This is what I'm using. I got all sticker happy and started using little bitty stickers for the days that I'm working on. So each project has to have 5 days when it's been called, and then all my other projects, I want 2 days of work. So each month that I finished on that, I have 2 stickers for it. So I haven't finished March yet. So I'll have another big sticker for March soon once I finish the rest of them for March. And then, you know, all these will get filled in as well. It's fun. I'm liking that so much. I have it on the computer too and things, but I'm just having fun, like using colorful pens and stickers, and it's fun. Leave me alone. I'm just kidding. It's done. It's just fun. So this one I've had to adjust a little bit since I had to buy more stuff. Oh, I've also got this one right here, Starry Hogwarts. This is what I'll be working on. Technically, I'm counting it as a WIP because I've ordered all the stuff. The floss is coming, supposed to be here tomorrow, and the fabric is supposed to be here tomorrow. It's just pre-gridded, regular fabric. It's going to be 2/1 10 stitch, a regular, you know, big full coverage thing. So that's that one. It's on here. My Dark Queen of the Seas I had to put on here. And I also have, oh, I forgot to show you this one. I got a little Mill Hill kit because I wanted to practice and play with beads on something small before I get to the beads and stuff on Aurora and Dark Queen of the Seas. So, you know, I need practice. So I got this one. It is a really cute peacock. And it's got lots and lots of beads. But it came with linen, which I don't really love linen, but it's linen, but it's kind of stiff linen, so maybe it'll be different. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. My main goal here is to practice with the beads, and it came with a bundle of floss, which I've got to put on some floss drops, and all these pretty beads. Let's see, can you see them? Of course not. Alright, well, just trust me, they're pretty. They're pretty. And they're tiny. So that'll be my practice beading. So yeah, so that's 13 whips going. So I have 13 whips on here, plus a few extras, which I broke down Castle Homecoming and Universal Monsters into little parts so I could fill into the 16. And so I had to take 3 of them out and put those 3 projects in because I couldn't help it. I had to. So those are all my projects. And so far, out of this first little one, Aurora and Haunted House went up against each other and Aurora won. So then Princess Peach and Morticia went against each other and Princess Peach won. And Castle Homecoming and Purity went against each other. Castle Homecoming won. I've already worked on this Universal Monsters. I didn't fill that in. But I have not worked on Gamer yet today. So we'll see which one of that wins. It'll move into that spot. And then we'll start over here. So that'll go down to our 8. And then those will go against each other to the 4. And then the 2. And then the winner. So that's how March Madness is working. I'm really liking it. So it's just kind of on top of how I've been doing WIP Go. So my WIP Go plans, you know, 2 numbers are called. Those get 5 days of work. And then everything else gets 2 days of work. And I have to keep up with that. That is working for me. It's so much fun right now. And I'm sorry it's been so long since I did the video, but I've been stitching so much and I just had so much fun actually stitching. I haven't gotten a video out, but I'm planning on being a little bit more organized. Got all my organization for my stitchy stuff. I even got me a new planner from Amazon. It's one of those that's undated, so you can write in the dates, so it doesn't matter that I'm starting in March. I never start in March, a new planner. So I normally start it in June, and I know that sounds weird, but a lot of calendar companies will set them out in June, and my birthday is in June. So it's like my year starts in June. If that makes, I know it's weird. I know I'm weird. It's okay. So that's normally what I do. But this time, I got one that's undone. So it's nice and pretty. I'm using all like different colors of pins. It's making me stick to a routine and to clean, like my cleaning routine, and making sure all my cooking is done properly. Like, you know, actually getting all of my HelloFresh meals in, which we use HelloFresh for 5 meals out of our week, which I'm not sponsored. Wish they would. Hit me up, HelloFresh. I actually do use them. So keeping up with what I'm cooking, and then on the other days, you know, cooking something different, because we've decided that going out to eat is a waste of time and money and frankly calories, because I get so excited to eat something and then it's not near as good as what I want it to be. So we're saving money by actually cooking at home. And I've come a long way with that. I've never was a cook before we got married. So yeah, there's a little bit more about me you didn't know before. So next month, or actually next time I see you, I may do another stitch with me. Let me know if that's what you'd like to do. You can leave a comment in the comment section, or you can, you know, find me on Instagram, which is Stitching in La La Land there as well. And just let me know kind of, do you want to see some stitching with me, or would you rather just, you know, let's see where we are in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time. I want to get into a regular routine with this, because routine makes me happy. It does. You can tell when I'm kind of blue if I'm not in my routine, or things aren't, you know, clean and organized, and you can tell, and then there's something wrong with me. So, okay, that's a little bit too much information. I'm sorry. I guess that's really all I have for you today. I guess I will see you next time, hopefully in 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll see you later. Bye.